Assalamu alaikum students, hopefully all of you are fine. Today we have to discuss the topic of summary, that what is summary and what are the different ways to write a summary. So in the very starting, we will define the definition of the summary. Definition of summary is that summary is a record of reader's own words that gives main points of original piece of writing such as article or book. In the summary, we are giving the original writing of another writer. The one who is writing the summary will write down whatever he or she has written in the original text or in the original book or in the original article. He has to define all of that text through his own wording, and he or she will define or give those main ideas that are very important in that particular piece of writing. So summary is a record of reader's own words, and summary is written by the reader himself or herself. And in the summary, whatever the reader has read from the article or from the book, he or she has to define those things in that summary in the summarized way. In the summary, only the important and essential and crucial ideas and opinions that are discussed in any book are discussed. Then it is written summary of different readers will be changed. Each one interprets text differently. The writing of any writer can be same for all of the different readers. For example, if we have the one book and we have 20 different students, and 20 different students are reading that one book of the same writer, when those students will start to write the summary of that singular book, there will be different or 20 different summaries of those students, because each reader interprets and evaluates text differently. So we will get a lot of ideas from the different type of the summaries. Different readers cannot make same summary of the same book. Different readers will make the different type of the summaries of the same book. The reason is that each and every individual interprets, understands, and comprehends the text from the multiple perspectives, from the multiple approaches. So we will get a lot of information from those summaries, 20 summaries of the 20 students, and all summaries will be different from each other, and each summary will give the different ideas and opinions of the writer. Second point is that in summary, reader needs to bring out the extracts of the original text. In the summary, whenever the reader uh, reads the book, and after reading the book, when he or she goes for writing the summary, in that summary, whatever the opinion and the ideas and the concepts and the perspectives of the writer are discussed there and are defined from the individuals on writing. At that time, it is necessary that whatever the individual is written there, whatever the individual is writing there in his or her summary, at that time it is crucial that he or she should bring the certain type of the extract from the original text of the writer as well. It will show the level of the understanding of the reader as well, that how much that reader has understood and comprehended that particular text. The writing of the individual will show the understanding, the reading understanding or reading comprehension abilities and skills of that particular individual or that particular person. Third point is that for writing summary, it's crucial to understand passage book in an appropriate way. It is the initial step. Before writing any summary, it is the initial step that the individual should understand the original book and the passage that he or she is reading. Once you have understood the passage and once you have understood the writer, once you have understood the text, after that you can write down the summary. If you haven't understood the text and the passage and that particular writer and writing of that particular author, then you will not go for the another step, that is writing a summary. Summary totally depends on the reading of the reading of that individual or reading of the readers. If the reader has understood the text in an appropriate way, after that he or she can write down the summary in a pertinent way. So it is very essential and crucial step before writing any summary that you should understand the original text and the passage and whatever the book you are reading. Once you have understood each and everything and the writer, then you can write down the summary in a fantastic way. Now, what are the purposes of writing a summary? Why do we write the summary? What is the aim and the goal of writing a summary? Number one point is that summary improves reading skills of the readers. As I have told you in the previous slides, that once if you have understood the text in an appropriate way, then you can write down the summary. Similarly, when you want to write a summary for this type of the step, you need to improve your reading skills. You need to understand that particular text in an appropriate way. So in this way, for writing the summary, your reading skills are improved. Writing of summary encourages and motivates you to improve your reading skills. If you have improved your reading skill, then you can write down the summary in an appropriate way. So summary helps in individuals to improve and to nourish the reading skills of the readers as well. It is a very initial and the first step before writing a summary. The first step is that the reading skills of the reader should be good. Otherwise, he or she will not be able to write down the summary in an appropriate way. And second point is it forces readers to focus on understanding. And we have discussed this point as well, that whenever the reader wants to improve his or her reading skills, at that time it is necessary that he or she should understand whatever he or she is reading in that particular text. And then the third point, it is written, it helps to refresh memory. If you forget complete detail of any piece of writing, it is very important for we people, as we all are human beings, and it is not necessary that each and every time we should remember each and every detail of the particular writing or particular piece of writing or particular book or the text. So sometimes we recall the previous memory, and we try to refresh our memory, and whatever we have read in our past, we try to summarize that way. We try to understand that writing through the summary. So summary helps us to recall and refresh our memory. So it is a very easiest as well to refresh the memory and to get the detail of or to get the important points of any piece of writing through the help of the summary. Number 4 point is, in summary, reader has to write each and everything from on side. The summary is totally personal or the subjective approach. Whatever the reader has read from particular piece of writing, he or she has to define each and everything from his or her own side. The wording should be from the reader's own side, but ideas and the concept that are discussed in the book should not be changed. All those ideas and concepts will be from the writer's original writer who had written that particular piece of writing. But the way to define and the usage of the words and the choice of the vocabulary and the different type of the words and their uses in different places, it totally depends on the reader, the writer who is writing that summary. The reader in this way, that whatever the reader has read from that particular piece of writing, then he or she has to define that each and everything, and has to present ideas and concepts. And during the step of the writing, it will again depend on the reader, that how he or she has read different ideas and concepts from the text, and how he or she is writing those ideas and concepts in an appropriate way. For this, there is need to quote some of the quotation of the writer to avoid plagiarism. As we have already discussed that plagiarism shows the similarities between the texts. So if you want to avoid from plagiarism, it is necessary that quote some of the quotation of the writer from the original text. It will help you to avoid from plagiarism, and it will also show the authenticity and the power uh, of the writer's summary as well, that how the writer or the one who has written that particular summary is authentic and powerful, and it is beneficial for other people as well who haven't read that particular original piece of the writing, and they will get a lot of ideas and concept from that summary. Now we have to discuss what are the different steps to write a summary, or how can we write down the summary. Number one step is that during the reading of the book, underline all important points and evidences. Look for topic sentence. Whenever you start to read out whenever you start to read out any book, any piece of the book, at that time it is necessary that you should underline all of the important points and evidences and all of the important quotes as well that are related to different topic sentences. Once you are aware of the topic sentences or the themes that are discussed in that particular book, then it will be easy for you people to define that book in your own words. So it is necessary that you should underline all of the important points and the evidences that are discussed in particular piece of writing. Second number is that write down the list of the main ideas, themes during the reading. Whenever you are reading any book, it is necessary at the time of the reading that you should write down all of the important and main ideas or the themes of that particular book. It will help you in your letter writing, but do not copy same words of the writer, but try to avoid copying the same words of the writer. Try to use your own vocabulary, own words. It will help you to write down the summary in an appropriate way. Now, what are the qualities of the good summary? Or how can we make the good summary? Or what are the different points through which we can say that this particular type of the summary is the good type of the summary? Number one thing is that good summary answers the basic questions of original text, such as who did what, where, and when, or what is the main idea of the text. So, good summary answers the WH questions, and in the good summary, whenever anyone who is not aware of that of the original text of particular book, and whenever he or she reads your summary, and he or she gets the answers of all these questions, that who did what, where, and when, then it will be said that your summary is a good summary. If all of the answers of these questions are provided in your summary, then that type of the summary will be a good type of the summary. And the second point is that it should not be paraphrase of whole text by your words, but bring references from the original text as well. As I have already told you that when you write down the summary, it is important that you should bring out the original text as well. Whenever you want to define any evidence, any point, any important point at that time, when you will bring out the original text, it will show the authenticity of your book as well. It will show that the summary is not just from your own side, but you have taken the different text structures from the original text as well, and it will show your connection with the writer. Third point is that bring relevant examples, detail, and information from the original text. So whatever the relevant information and the detail and the examples are provided in the original text, you have to bring out all those important things in your summary. There is no conclusion in summary. In conclusion, summary is not given mostly. Thank you.